is at the heart of our business at Metro and our growth strategy score. No, I'm not talking about our CEO for once, but I'm talking about our customer. There is sometimes still rather unknown being. Who exactly do we mean when we generally speak of our customers, and how can we as a Metro best attract them and support them in the daily business? That's what we are talking about today on More Podcast, Wholesale to the Max. A warm welcome to all of you, dear colleagues. My name is Bernd Rode from Internal Communications at Metro AG. My guest today started his career at Metro about 15 years ago, and from 2010 onwards he worked first in Portugal, then in Italy, and most recently as CEO at Macro Spain. And for more than 1 year he has been our customer and sales officer at Metro AG. A very warm welcome to Peter Gries. Hi Peter.
Hey Ben, thank you for inviting me. Cool to be here.
Great to have you with us. Peter, before you started here at corporate, your previous station at Macro Spain was a very special one for you because Spain has remained your home, right Peter?
Yeah, big time. My family's from there, my wife is from Madrid, so it's really my home base. Kids are grown up half in German, half in Spain, so that's my home country. And but not only for that reason. I mean, that's one of the biggest HoReCa countries of the world, right? And being CEO of that was for me a dream job, and that was a superb experience. But I'm still there, and I'm commuting here to Düsseldorf, so all good.
Yeah, cool. And maybe today you can tell us also something about what is typical for the macro customers in Spain. But first and foremost, we want to talk in general about our customers at Metro and what characterizes the typical Metro customer. And we want to learn how can we build a solid relationship with our customers and what role do sales or even pricing play in this regard. All this we want to find out today, but we also want to find out something about you, Peter. And for that, we have also in this episode of More Podcast our questionnaire, What Scores for You? And Peter, we are already looking forward to your Sound Souvenir. One thing's for sure, without our customers, Metro would definitely not exist. Peter, we are always and everywhere talking about the Metro customer, and we do this as if everyone knew exactly who we are actually talking about. But I think that's not so simple. And Peter, who actually purchases for Metro? What does Metro's customer structure basically look like?
Yeah, let me tell you. I mean, you know that we are focusing on two customer target groups, as we call them strategic target group, right? These are the famous HoReCas and the traders. And then there's the remaining part, which is SEOs. To be honest, when we look at the number of customers, we cater to 1.5 million HoReCa customers in the markets where we are. That's tremendous. It's for Europe, at least, the biggest wholesaler or food service company which is existing. We cater to 800,000 trader customers in the places where we are. And we have 14 million, roughly 14 million SEO customers. That's our base. But we should not forget that with the first two groups, which I repeat are our strategic customers that we're focusing on, with L&S Score, we do and we want to do roughly 80% of our business in the future. So you see that there is a small number of customers, the HoReCas and traders, doing big amounts of our volumes, and there's still a remaining piece with big number of customers, the 14 million of SEOs, which are doing a quite smaller piece of our business, which is as well the target picture that we do have.
Let's imagine the typical Metro customer, the person is a human being. Who is standing then in front of us? Is it a man, a woman? How old is this person? Is this person more old-fashioned or more modern and so on? So how does she or he look like?
Good question. I mean, we have them all. Let me start with that phrase. We have them all. I mean, we have a reach. To give you an idea, take the HoReCa markets. We have basically 80% of all existing HoReCa businesses in our database. But in reality, the core customers that we were focusing on are the small and mid-sized businesses, and they are characterized by entrepreneurs. Small and mid-sized entrepreneurs, this is normally business from a generational business or new guys which are starting their bar, their tapas bar, their new restaurant. So you cannot have the one size fits all. I mean, the beauty of the beast is that it's very, very broad. But they're all characterizing one thing. They have this energy and this willingness to start up a business, to give employees a job and to give to the community something back. And this is what we admire as Metro, and me personally as well. I mean, you have a guy like a restaurant owner who runs his business, and like some of our customers say in Spain, they try to give fun and enjoy of life to their customers, right? Because we, let's be honest, have our best moments in life. You remember for sure one with your wife, with your family, with your friends, where? Very often in bars, restaurants of this world, right? And it's just an honor to cater to these guys. And every customer has its own story, right? And that makes us as well different. The beauty of our piece is that we really have a relationship with all these individuals, with small and mid-sized businesses, which are quite different one to another one. As you said, one is a woman, one is a man, the one is old, one is young, one has an ethnical background, the other one is local, one comes from an engineering and says, my dream was to open a restaurant. So that's so diverse, and that's the beauty of the whole thing, right?
Yeah, and what they have obviously in common is that they're all engaged in their communities. But are they also so engaged when they come to us, to Metro? So how do our customers behave when buying at Metro? For example, in terms of frequency or volume or assortment and so on?
Well, it's a good question because it links a bit to our score strategy right now. You know? As I said before, as a statement, we have them all because we have tremendous reach. If I say, or we say, we have 80% of these customers on our database, does not mean that they are buying at us. And that is, I think, the biggest opportunity we do have, and linked to our fundamentals as well, growth is king. Let's be more relevant to these customers because, let's be honest, they are not buying a lot from us. And our ambition is to be their core supplier. We say, I open a restaurant, I don't need to think. My partner is Metro, right? And this is currently not the case. This is not a problem, it's an opportunity, right? It's a super challenge. The market is there, the sky is the limit. We have an average between 5 to 10% market shares, and there are countries where we are operating, so that shows the opportunities that we have to grow, and it's tremendous.
Yeah. Of course, we want to support our customers and build a relationship with them based on a partnership, but Metro also wants to earn money with them. So what does our customers have to be like for us that we say, okay, this is a good customer for Metro, or in other words, a customer who is particularly valuable to us?
Good, but I think first the question to us was, how can we be more relevant?
Yeah.
Right? Because that was the challenge, and it's still the challenge. We are there for years in the market out there, but we were not really complying with what we wanted to be. Because if we say we want to be a wholesaler, or if we say we want to be your key supplier, certain things needed to be adapted, and this is why we're doing what we're doing now via Score, to tackle really the things to be more relevant to these customers. Because once they are relevant, then obviously we have to look as well, once we have fixed our value proposition for them and we have an answer to the why Metro to the customer, then it's a question, okay, how do we make profit in our business, right? And how does this customer look like? And for sure, I answered already a bit when I say we don't want to sell only 2-3 products to these guys. We want to be their key supplier. And being key supplier in a multi-channel value proposition is now much easier than before. And tackling some typical things where the customer was not happy with us or challenged us in the recent past, and we are fixing and trying to fix this now via Score focus, is absolutely going in the right direction.
When you say, okay, we want to be the first supplier and the biggest supplier of our customers, so what does it then mean for you and your customer and sales organization? So what tasks and also what mission statement are derived from this for you?
We have 3, what we say are the key priorities now for the customer and sales organization, which is basically new. We built the whole thing up a year ago, which goes from customer journey elements, NPS, to the newly built CRM organization, and then as well Salesforce, marketing, branding, and pricing, which is covered by the CSO. Well, we have mainly 3. As I said before, we said we have a tremendous reach. How can we leverage the reach and impact? Which is meaning growing our share of customer base, how we can create more frequent customers so that we are really a relevant partner for these guys, and how do we make money with our customers. How to make money means as well pushing sales, where we have our sales excellence team, which is led by Gilles, where we look how can we leverage our touch points that we do have with customers and to more turnover. Customer comes to the store, customer is visited by a Salesforce guy, customer talks to the call center, or is surfing on our digital devices, right? The question that we ask ourselves, is this really the place where we leverage the opportunity to actively sell? And there we have opportunities because we're not really leveraging this one. And the last piece and the whole thing is pricing, because pricing is a super relevant piece of our value proposition. And as well, we didn't got this 100% right. be it the mechanics in the cash and carry. What does cash and carry means in our value proposition to customers? What FSD stands for, and these pricing elements we had to fix as well. In a nutshell, all these elements need to be designed, conceptually designed. The processes have to be designed. We are a functional organization for the countries, and together with the countries and the competence teams, we're designing these concepts and processes in order to bring them then to life, train the countries, bring it to the countries, talk to the IT guys when we talked about IT development. So being the functional backbone for all what we do for customers and sales in the organization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you already named some of the topics we will talk about a little bit later, and how all the topics and the different aspects of customer and sales are looking in detail, and also what this will contribute to our score strategy as a whole. But first, let's look in detail what is important to you and how you would like to achieve your personal goals, Peter, be it professionally or maybe also privately. And for this, we now come to our little questionnaire. What scores for you? Are you ready, Peter?
Always.
Okay, so let's get started. Peter, what is your core? Means what special strengths do you have?
Well, I'm a people guy. I like to be around with people. I like to be energized with people, give the energy back. Empathy is important. Get the thing moving, right? And I'm a super good team player. I guess that's what I hear normally from my friends and colleagues. I always look at the long goal, the sustainable. I'm a sustainable guy. When it comes to short things, for short impact is good. We need this, but I'm a long-term visionary guy for the sake of, building something which makes sense for the future, right? So
that leads me directly to my next questions. What small or big goals have you set for yourself?
Well, I came and I said, I take this position when it comes now from the business perspective. I said, hallelujah. In the countries, we were always waiting for bringing CRM to life. We have so much data from our customers. How do we leverage that data to be more relevant with them? How can we use digital contacts, personalized information? This one, I said to myself, guys, this we make now happen. And being in the driving seat to do this now together with and for the countries is, let's say, my main goal, because I think our customers do deserve this, and the company as well deserve, and we will have impact. So that's my main goal, let's say, from the business point of view. And the second thing is, which is connected to this one, is as well to our fundamentals, this one metro thing. I mean, and I see this here working on the campus, right? I mean, we have so many different companies here. I mean, for the country, it's all Düsseldorf, right? Yeah, it's all Düsseldorf, and they say, okay, I don't say what countries think about Düsseldorf, but to bring this one metro spirit when I'm working with my key stakeholders here, be it Metro Digital, HD, and others, I invest quite a lot to make out of this one metro. I think that's another key topic and key focus.
Yeah, very cool target. And what is your way of achieving it?
I mean, conversation is super important, right? Or you need very often to do the first step. The things are not happening by themselves. This I learned as well over the years. Do the first step, go to the people, talk to them, get out and get the barriers out, right? Everything starts with conversation. I'm a big fan of face-to-face conversation, I have to be honest as well, because you don't, Teams is good, but you don't create a team via Teams. Yeah. So therefore, it's always good to have the people in the room, discuss the thing through. You cannot do this via Teams. Yeah, I think conversation is super critical to achieve these things. And commitment.
Yeah. And what milestones do you use to measure your progress? So how do you judge your success?
There we are a bit German. We have to be this because if we don't have a proper project management and following these things up, what gets measured gets done. That's true, right? Especially for big projects like CRM. To bring this to life is a multi-year initiative, right? With tons of different details, and this you have to properly manage, right? Yeah. This is with regards to business. Then as well, people things, right? I mean, my job is as well to develop people and look at the team development of my youngsters, which are taking care of new people, onboarding, driving the team. Are they achieving this? How can I help them? How can I support them? How can I coach them to be a better leader? No?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Peter, now we know what's important for you and what scores for you in life. And now we are very curious about your sound souvenir, the sound of your core. But as always, we will listen to that one at the end of this episode. Now let's get back to our actual topic, customer and sales, and let's take a closer look at the second part, the sales part. Peter, you already mentioned it, sales in the widest sense does not only take place in the store. So where do sales actually take place at Metro? Where else do we come into direct contact with our customers?
True is of today that the core of our sales we do still in the store, which is superb. Let's say it's a tremendous base. We do 80% of our sales today via cash and carry. We do 20% via FSD. And we started now to do the digital business with Metro Markets, which is growing, right? And the digital tools that we as well sell from hospitality digital. But the big base is coming 80-20 more or less from cash and carry versus FSD if we talk about channels. The FSD sales is generated via Salesforce. This is important to know. So we are here going in contact to customers to have a contractual relationship with them. To sit there and to the guy and saying, via the FSD channel, we can now really move into tapping in his potential and grow our share of wallet with him and have a relationship as a core supplier, as I said in the beginning. This is driven by the Salesforce. So the initiator of FSD sales is always the Salesforce. It's one-to-one. You need to talk to the customer. It's a relationship business where we really invest time to get to know the customer and do then a contract with this guy in order to be their core supplier, as we said. And therefore the Salesforce is so critical, right? And the whole thing. To give you an idea, we have 8,500 people in the street to do this, in the future 15,000. And this is our core driver in order to drive up our share of FSD in our overall sales. You know the score targets, we have to triple, or we want to triple our FSD sales by 3. This only goes via perfectly trained and effective and efficient sales force.
Yeah, okay. As everywhere else, digitalization plays also a major role here as well. What digital tools do we use to support sales and also our Salesforce people?
So let me talk about the main element, I would say first for our customers, right? Because our job is to make customers' life easier. And to make him make money. That's our purpose if we talk about this. And when a customer comes to us, be it in the store or sits at home and does an order or calls the call center, it's not fun. It's not shopping. It's for him a bloody exercise because it is a task that he has to do during his business in the restaurant or in his trader shop. Or he forgot it and has to do it in his free and spare time when he normally wants to be with the family, right? So we have to make his life easier, simpler, hassle-free. And there's one very good tool that we offer to our customer, which is M-Shop, right? M-Shop is an order tool that we do have, and where customer in an easy way can really put in all the stuff that they need to buy, right? They have a prefixed basket. They can have a basket for the Monday purchase, for the Tuesday purchase, for the weekend purchase, for special events like weddings or whatever it is. It's all there. They get good recommendations there, so it's an easy ordering and easy check-in and check-out process when it comes to online ordering. And there's a main focus on this one because we want to educate more and more customers to use it. And it's a really good tool to make his life simpler and easier. But as said before as well, critical is our sales force, right? We are really striving for making our sales force more efficient and more effective. Because it's not just, I plan my visit, I go to visit, I don't know, Bernd at his restaurant, let's see if I can do some business. No, so you rather know which customers to visit. You rather know what you want to sell to this guy. You rather know the complaints that he had in the past, etc., etc. And therefore, as well, we have a good tool on which we are now working quite a lot to make this more easier to use for our sales force, which is SAM.
It's SAM app,
exactly. And that goes all in the right direction. And I think, again, here, like I said, for our customer, make their life easier. Here is as well for the sales force, make their life easier so that they can really focus on sales. And that data and information helps them to be more efficient and effective in their job.
Yeah. Let's stay with the digital topics because even if you maintain relationships at best through personal or human contacts, data can be an enormous help in this context. And with the data of our customers, we feed our IT system for customer relationship management, or CRM for short, which should in the end lead to an improved buying experience for our customers. But Peter, how does CRM work in detail at Metro?
We work a lot on this one to make this a harmonious way how we look at this one, because there are different opinions, there are different initiatives over the years, and we try now together with, and as said, for the countries via the competence team, define a bit here the metro way, what we want to achieve and what do we understand as CRM. At the end, what you want, as I said, is leverage our access into impact, and that goes via personalized communication, obviously, because take a look at our Metro Mail, right? We are selling in some places still a Metro Mail to all our HoReCa customers, right? In paper, by the way, every 2 weeks. So HoReCa goes from the Imbiss, from the small size Imbiss to 3-star Michelin, to caterer, to hospital, whatever it is, and they all get the same Metro Mail. Is this personalized, really? Is this creating the impact that we want? And all translate into, again, being core supplier, having frequent customers, being the choice for the customer to go to, and this via that type of communication. We are not communicating in the most relevant way, because even take Italian restaurants, and you say, okay, Italian restaurants, there are trattorias and there are pizzerias, right? And even in pizzerias, there are pizza guys which sell the pizza 7, and there are pizza guys which sell the pizza at 15 euro. So different buying behavior, different needs. The one wants the cheap mozzarella, the other wants to have buffalo mozzarella. So all this we know via data, but do we prepare this data to communicate in a really personalized way to this guy at the right moment with the right content? Do we give this information to our sales force, as I said before, to use this data for a conversation with our customer, which should translate in sales? There's a huge opportunity, right? And this is what we are trying to tackle via the CRM initiative.
Yeah. You mentioned the Metro Mail, and is that in the future there will be a Metro Mail really personalized to a specific type of restaurants or even to a specific customer?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly the target picture, right? Yeah. As I said before, imagine these Italians, right? If you have your Italian restaurant, which is trattoria, and there's another Italian, your neighbor is having a pizzeria, they use different ingredients. They have different qualities. This we see, this we know. We can own, even if you know from some other competitors out there, look at what others who are like you are buying. And this intelligence we can use really to draft and target the communication to that guy. We can include content which is much more relevant for that guy. So you can put the olive oil, which is of a higher quality, to the guy who is really a quality buyer because he has shown this in the past, or others like him were doing like this, so he gets that, and he gets that in the future in a digital way. So he gets a mail, or we will see as well if he's more a WhatsApp guy, if he's more an SMS guy, or if he sees it in his app, when we go to M Companion, where we can all this plug into all the devices at all the different touch points that we have. That goes really into the hyper personalization in the future. It takes some years. It's not from now to tomorrow, but we're exactly working on that.
So when we talk about offers, then we also have to talk about prices, because especially in the relationship of our customers, there's this topic that is always hotly debated, the prices at Metro. And when I talk to restaurateurs from time to time, I often hear, Metro is quite expensive. Are these just individual opinions, or how is Metro generally perceived in terms of pricing?
Well, first of all, cost is always right, no? That's a famous saying. No, not because I say, they say. I mean, we do NPS, Net Promoter Score. We ask our customers, what do you like at Metro and what sucks, to be really blunt. And to be honest, in the recent years, the customer says clearly, you're not relevant to me because you're expensive. Very simple. And therefore, I'm so happy that we do Score, where we really now tackle this thing. Where we really now tackle this thing and say, okay, it's a piece of our value proposition, and we did not really live up to our principles of a wholesaler to say, if I drive to a cash and carry store, there needs to be value. Means I go there, and therefore we say in cash and carry, it's all about price leadership, and there must be a value if I take the car and do my purchase in a cash and carry store.
And what role does pricing play in our wholesale transformation when we think about buy more, pay less, for example?
Key element, as I said. What we figured out now is that, okay, we have to have a wholesale value proposition with our multi-channel approach, but within the different channels, every channel plays a role. It's a footfall business, going to a store. We have, as I said, 80% of our sales and most of our customers go to the store, and we want them to come because we are price leader. price leader in the right assortment. Means we know what our customer needs, and therefore we have these articles on the shop floor, right? And we offer them always at stable and everyday low price. And some of these articles we do then BMPL, because BMPL is the entry point, as it was our starting initiative to say, you come, you buy more, you buy wholesale packs, you get it even cheaper, right? And the pricing should always take into account that our customers need to make money with their customers. That's a wholesale principle. If he buys a liter of olive oil at our store, it needs to be cheaper than retail, because our customer, when he is a trader, his competitor is the retailer, which is around the corner, or the hypermarket, which is around there. So he needs to buy his margin he needs to buy at our place. That's our role as a wholesaler. This we didn't do in the past. We are now really doing this, I have to say, in a tremendous speed, because in 1 year we have now basically in all of the countries the buy more, pay less logic in cash and carry stores live. Super achievement, super cool to see, super engagement, motivation, energy, very good.
You mentioned stable prices is very important, but in reality, the price for one and the same article is not always the same. For example, in terms for delivery, I guess, transport costs have to be considered as well. So how does our pricing work within our multi-channel strategy?
Well, there's always one principle which is super important for our customer, or if you come from customer, and that's what we do, is best price logic. Wherever you have the best price, even an individual negotiated price, wherever I go, I get the best price. Normally we say individual prices we only negotiate in FSD, because cash and carry is not necessary. Because with the shelf price that I do have, be it EDLP, be it BMPL, I don't need to negotiate any individual price because I'm top on shelf, right? We invest all our, let's say, former promo and CIP amounts that we had in, let's say, shadow discounts now all on shelf price, right? And that must be good enough. FSD is a bit different, because FSD is contractual business, as we said. We sit down with the customer, we do a targeted approach, we close a contract, and we negotiate starting from a catalog price. And the catalog price is independent from cash and carry, because we look at competition, we look at the target groups that we want to focus on. From the customer perspective, you look, as I said, super important, the competition. You sit and you negotiate a broad basket, which we don't do. You don't have in the cash and carry, let's say it's a one for many channel, while FSD is a one for target channel, where we really select our customers with whom we can grow, and where we have a big piece of share of wallet directly when he is selecting us as his core supplier. And this you negotiate. You do a contractual relationship, you discuss the different article groups, and there, yes, there is an opportunity to individualize and do individual pricing as well for certain type of products. But it needs to take into account what you said before. I need to make money with the channel, right? And there are economical impacts which we need to take into account when we do a contractual relationship with these kind of customer, and pricing there needs to take into account that I need to make money in FSD.
Okay, so very interesting. And we summarize, there are a lot of topics around the aspects of customer and sales. We could only discuss a few today. Peter, let's conclude with a brief look into the near future. What are the most important milestones for you and your customer and sales department in the coming months?
Well, we start now with the individualization, as I said, with the personalization of the communication. Right now, the team is in Spain to set up the first pilot of automated and personalized communication, mailing, we're talking about here, automated marketing, to customers to run and bring this to life. And this would be a super breakthrough, right? So we take the real data of Spain, the real database, the real life cycle of our customers, and for our first use case, as it's called, for onboarding a customer, communication chain, what goes via mail, what kind of information we send to these customers in an automated way. This is what we're this week setting up, and this is a mega milestone, because we didn't do this in the past. Second is, as we said, on pricing. That's a mega priority now. As we said, we brought now BMPL to life. Now it's about optimization, right? Where we really now go into the detail, which articles are creating the uplift, how many customers are buying or this or that articles. Do I make money? Is my cash profit really increasing with this thing? Do I increase stocks? Yes and no. So there we are about optimization. And last thing in FSD pricing, as I said to you before, this understanding that this is a different channel and needs to have different pricing elements which need to follow certain rules. These things we need to bring to life and support countries to incorporate this in their day-to-day business.
Yeah. Okay, so these are the milestones for the customer and sales organization. And if you, dear colleagues, want to find out about the next milestones regarding our score strategy and stay up to date on it, then there's only one thing you can do. Follow our score page on Yammer, which will soon be called Viva Engage. Here you will regularly find all the latest news and information about the growth strategy. And once you're there, be sure to follow as well our More page on Yammer/Viva Engage and become part of our More community. And this is the best way you make sure you don't miss a More talk, a More stage, a newsletter, or an episode of More podcast. Because as everyone knows, internal communications at Metro is more. And we, Peter, as well, are giving a little more now, because now we come to the highlight of every More podcast episode, your Sound Souvenir. Peter, like each of my guests, you have brought a sound for us that has a special meaning for you, inspires you, or motivates you. And so, Peter, let's hear it. What sound did you bring? Okay, yeah. That's an easy one for me, at least. Rolling Stones, Start Me Up.
That's it.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good.
Man, hallelujah.
Yeah.
There's another rock and roller in this company. That's good.
A punk rocker, to be honest, but that's...
Oh, yeah, then we have other things in common.
Yeah, perfect. So, yeah, Peter, what does this song, mean for you?
Yeah, I think this is rock and roll. I'm a rock and roller, right? And when you listen to this, this is energy, right? This is relentless energy. This is moving. You cannot sit still, right? This is action, and this is action for decades. I mean, look at the Rolling Stones. The guys are there. When I saw them the first time live, I think in Hanover in 1989 or something like that, I thought the guys were old, but there they are, right? They keep rocking, and I like the spirit. I like the energy of the music. I like the guys, and I'm a rock and roller. I need to have this kind of music because then it gives me a lot of energy, right? Yeah. And Start Me Up, okay, as if you go to the text line, has a different meaning, but it's like get the thing started, right? Start Me Up, and I think it's a bit connected as well to score, no?
Yeah, score. And our fundamentals.
Let's get it started, and the fundamentals, right? And that's why I've chosen this one, because it's very me, that thing.
Great. So really a great sound, Peter. Thank you for that. That's really wonderful. And also thanks for you for all the interesting and valuable information and insights into the buying behavior of our customers and the activities of your sales community. Great that you were with us, Peter, and all the best for you.
Pleasure.
And dear Metro colleagues out there, also thanks to you for listening. Stay tuned for the next episode of More Podcast, and please check out the previous episodes as well. You can find them just like this one on United and everywhere else you listen to podcasts, for example on Spotify or Apple Podcast. Subscribe to us there and recommend More Podcast to all your colleagues and friends. And if you have any questions or feedback on More Podcast, please feel free to drop me a line at bernd.rode@metro.de. I would be very happy to hear from you. And I'm looking forward to the next episode. Bye-bye and take care.